When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Listen, success ain't something you just wake up and stumble upon. It's a war, a battlefield. Every single day, you either fight for it, or you lose. Too many people out here waiting for success to just show up. They want it to be easy. They want it to be handed to them. But success, it don't work like that. You gotta be willing to go to war for your dreams. You gotta wake up every morning like a soldier, ready to battle your excuses, your doubts, your fears. The lazy version of you, that's your enemy. The distractions, that's the opposition. And if you ain't fighting for your goals every single day, you're losing ground. So the question is, are you ready to fight? Are you ready to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and go all in? Because success ain't given, it's earned on the battlefield of discipline, consistency, and sacrifice. This is war, and if you want success, you better be ready to fight for it. Success is not something that just happens. It is not something that falls into your lap without effort. It is a battlefield of war that must be fought every single day. The moment you decide you want to achieve something great, the battle begins. And in this war, there are no breaks, no timeouts, no moments where you can just sit back and expect things to come to you. Because the reality is success is being fought for by millions of people every single day, and only those who are willing to go all in and fight with everything they have are the ones who come out victorious. When you wake up in the morning, you have a choice to make. Do you get up with energy and determination ready to attack the day, or do you let the comfort of your bed, the distractions of life, and the fear of failure keep you stuck? Because that is the difference between those who win and those who lose. The ones who win understand that every single second of the day, a chance to move closer to their goals, while the ones who lose keep waiting for the right moment, the perfect time, the motivation to kick in. But let me tell you something, motivation is not what wins wars, action is. And if you are not taking action, if you are not moving forward, if you are not pushing yourself beyond what is comfortable, then you are losing ground in the battle for success. The battlefield of success is not just physical, it is mental, it is emotional, it is about the battles you fight within yourself, the moments when your mind tells you to quit, when your body says it is too tired, when your emotions make you doubt whether you have what it takes. Those are the moments where warriors are made, because it is easy to fight when you feel good, when you are excited, when everything is going your way. But the real test is what you do when nothing seems to be working, when you are exhausted, when you have failed over and over again. That is when the real fighters rise, because success does not go to the ones who have it easy. It goes to the ones who refuse to give up no matter how hard it gets. Every day you step onto this battlefield, you are either winning or losing, and the enemy you are fighting is not some outside force. It is not the people who doubt you. It is not the competition. It is you, your habits, your fears, your procrastination, your laziness, your self-doubt. Those are the real enemies keeping you from success. And the only way to defeat them is to show up every single day with discipline, with focus, with an uncheckable mindset that no matter how tough it gets, you are not backing down. People think success about luck, about talent, about having the right connections. Let me tell you something, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you are not willing to fight for it, if you are not willing to work harder than everyone else, if you are not willing to sacrifice sleep, comfort, and temporary pleasure for the bigger vision, then none of that matters. Because success does not go to the most talented, it goes to the most relentless, the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who are willing to get up earlier, stay up later, work harder, sacrifice more, and keep going even when everything around them is telling them To stop every single successful person you admire, every person you look up to who has achieved greatness, did not get there because it was easy. They got there because they treated success like a war, because they woke up every day ready to fight, because they understood that in this game, if you're not growing, if you're not improving, if you're not pushing yourself beyond your limits, then you are falling behind. There is no middle ground. There is no standing still. You are either moving forward or you are being left behind. And that is why the battlefield of success is not for the weak. It is not for the people who just kind of want it. It is for the people who are willing to bleed for it, sweat for it, suffer for it, and keep going, no matter how hard it gets, because that is the price that must be paid. And the truth is, most people not willing to pay it. Most people want success to be easy. They want it to come without sacrifice. They want to win without having to fight. But that is not how this works. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to do something extraordinary with your life, then you have to be willing to step into the battlefield every single day and fight with everything you have. Because if you do not, someone else is waking up earlier, someone else is working harder, someone else is sacrificing more, and if you are not willing to match that intensity, then you will lose, because in this war, there are no participation trophies, no second-place medals, no rewards for almost making it. There is only victory for those who refuse to quit, who refuse to accept anything less than success, who are willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how hard, no matter how painful, no matter how long it takes. Your biggest enemy is not the people who doubt you. It is not the competition. It is not the circumstances you were born into or the resources you do or do not have. Your biggest enemy is your excuses, the stories you tell yourself about why you cannot do something, the reasons you create in your mind to justify why you are not where you want to be, the moments when you let fear, doubt, and laziness convince you that you are not capable, that you are not ready, that you do not have what it takes. Those are the things that are keeping you from success, not your environment, not your past, not your challenges, but the way you respond to them, because every single person who has ever achieved anything great had a list of excuses just like you. They had obstacles, they had setbacks, they had moments where they could have easily said, "This is too hard, this is not fair, I do not have the time, I do not have the resources, I do not have the experience." But the difference between them and the ones who never make it is that they refuse to let those excuses control their actions. They chose to push through anyway. They chose to find a way instead of finding a way out, and that is the mindset that separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Because let me tell you something, as long as you keep making excuses, you will never reach the level of success you are capable of. As long as you keep allowing yourself to believe that there is some outside force holding you back, you will never take full responsibility for your success. And if you do not take responsibility for your success, then you will never have control over your future, because the moment you blame something or someone else for where you are in life, you give up your power to change it. And that is why excuses are so dangerous, because they feel like they are protecting you. They feel like they are justifying your lack of progress. They make you feel comfortable in your failure, but in reality, they are the chains that are keeping you stuck in the same place year after year. Because success is not about having the perfect conditions, it is about doing whatever it takes no matter what, because there will always be a reason not to start. There will always be an excuse available if you are looking for one. But the people who win in life are the ones who stop looking for excuses and start looking for solutions. They do not focus on what they do not have, they focus on what they can do with what they have. They do not wait for the perfect time, they make the time. They do not wait until they feel ready. They take action before they feel ready. because they understand that waiting for everything to be perfect is just another excuse, designed to keep them from ever taking that first step. And the truth is, most people will never reach their full potential, not because they are not capable, but because they let their excuses convince them that they are not capable. They let their doubt stop them before they even start. They let fear of failure keep them from ever taking a risk. And that is why, though many people stay stuck in the same cycle of wanting more, but never actually doing what it takes to get it, because it is easier to say I cannot than it is to say I will figure it out. It is easier to say I do not have the time than it is to wake up earlier or stay up later. It is easier to say I do not know how than it is to learn. It is easier to say I do not have the resources than it is to get creative and make it work. And that is why the majority of people will never achieve their dreams, not because they are not smart enough or talented enough, but because they let their excuses win. And the longer you let your excuses run your life, the harder it becomes to break free from them. The more you reinforce the belief that you cannot, the more you program your mind to accept limitations that are not even real, because most of the excuses people make are just lies they tell themselves to avoid discomfort. Most of the things you think are stopping you are not actually stopping you, they are just challenges that require effort, and most people would rather stay comfortable than put in that effort. But the reality is, comfort is the enemy of progress. As long as you are choosing comfort over growth, you are choosing to stay exactly where you are, because growth requires discomfort. Success requires struggle. Achieving anything great requires you to push through fear, doubt, and difficulty. And the only way to do that is to eliminate every excuse that tries to stand in your way, because the moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take control of your life. The moment you stop allowing yourself to believe that you are not capable is the moment you start becoming capable. The moment you stop waiting for the perfect time is the moment you start making progress, because the only thing standing between you and the success you want is your willingness to stop accepting your own excuses and start doing what needs to be done, no matter how hard, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how uncertain it feels. Discipline and consistency are your weapons in the battle for success. Without them, you are unarmed. Without them, you are setting yourself up for failure, because talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Motivation alone is not enough. The people who succeed at the highest level are the ones who simply have potential. They are the ones who show up every single day and put in the work, no matter how they feel, no matter what obstacles come their way, no matter how long it takes, because success is not built on big moments of inspiration. It is built on small daily actions repeated over time. It is built on habits, on routines, on the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it, because anyone can work hard when they feel motivated. Anyone can push themselves when they are excited about a new goal. But what happens when that excitement fades? What happens when you are tired, when you are frustrated, when you are not seeing results? That is where discipline separates the winners from the losers, because discipline means doing it anyway. Discipline means showing up when no one is watching. Discipline means committing to the process even when it is not giving you instant rewards. And this is where most people fail. They start strong, they work hard for a few days, a few weeks, maybe even a few months. But the moment they stop feeling motivated, they slow down, they start making excuses, they convince themselves that it is okay to skip a day, to take it easy, to rest, because they do not feel like working today. And before they know it, one skip day turns into two turns into a week turns into a month, and suddenly they are right back where they started, wondering why they are not making progress, wondering why success is not happening for them. But the truth is, success was never about how hard you worked for a short period of time. It was always about how consistent you could be over the long run. It was always about whether or not you had the discipline to keep going even when it was hard. Because every time you show up, every time you push yourself, every time you stick to the process, you are strengthening your mindset. You are proving to yourself that you are the kind of person who does what needs to be done, no matter what, and that is the mindset that leads to success. That is the difference between people who achieve their goals and people who just talk about them, because the people who win in life do not wait to feel like it. They do not wait for motivation to hit them. They do not wait for the perfect circumstances. They make it happen. They create their own motivation through action. They build momentum by staying consistent, and that momentum is what carries them forward even on the days when they do not feel like it. Because the reality is, you will never always feel like it. There will be days when you are tired. There will be days when you are discouraged. There will be days when your mind tries to convince you that it is okay to take a break, but that is the exact moment where you have to push through, because the more you push through, the easier it becomes. The more you train yourself to show up no matter what, the more automatic it becomes, until eventually working hard and staying disciplined is no longer something you have to force yourself to do. Becomes who you are. But that only happens if you commit to the process, if you decide that no matter how you feel, no matter what challenges come your way, no matter how slow the progress seems, you are going to keep showing up every single day and putting in the work. Because success is not about doing something once, it is about doing it over and over again until you master it, until it becomes second nature, until it becomes impossible for you to quit, because quitting is no longer an option, because you have built yourself into a person who is disciplined, who is consistent, who does not need motivation to take action, who does not let feelings dictate effort. And once you develop that level of discipline, that level of consistency, there is nothing that can stop you, because the people who keep going, the people who refuse to quit, the people who stay focused and put in the work day after day, year after year, those are the people who win in the end. Pain is part of the process. No one achieves success without struggle. No one reaches greatness without suffering. No one builds something incredible without going through moments of doubt, fear, exhaustion, and frustration. The road to success is not smooth, it is not easy, it is not comfortable, it is filled with obstacles, setbacks, failures, and moments where everything in you wants to quit. But the difference between those who make it and those who do not is how they respond to that pain most. People run from it, they avoid it, they look for shortcuts, they try to find an easier way. But the truth is, there is no easy way, there is no shortcut, there is no way to achieve something great without first going through the fire, because pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the thing that separates the weak from the strong, the ones who can endure it, who can push through it, who can use it as fuel instead of letting it break them. Those are the ones who come out on top, because every time you feel pain, every time you struggle, every time you go through something that makes you question whether or not you can keep going, you are being given a choice. You can let that pain defeat you, or you can let it make you stronger. You can let it convince you to quit, or you can use it to prove to yourself that nothing will stop you, because pain is temporary. It is a moment, it is a phase, it is something that will pass if you keep moving. But most people do not keep moving. Most people stop as soon as it gets hard, as soon as they feel discomfort, as soon as they face resistance. They tell themselves, this is too much, this is not worth it, maybe I am not meant for this. and they quit, not realizing that the pain they were feeling was actually proof that they were growing, proof that they were pushing past their limits, proof that they were on the right track, because anything worth having is going to require sacrifice. Anything worth achieving is going to demand that you go through something uncomfortable. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were painless, everyone would succeed. But the reason so few people actually make it is because they are not willing to go through what it takes. They are not willing to endure the struggle, to push through the exhaustion, to keep going when everything in them is screaming to stop. But that is exactly what separates the winners from the losers, because the winners understand that pain is not a signal to stop, it is a signal to keep going. It is proof that they are doing something that matters, that they are stretching beyond their comfort zone, that they are becoming something greater than they were before, because growth does not happen in comfort. Strength is not built in ease. Success is not born out of convenience. It is forged in the moments of pain, when you want to quit, but you do not, when you want to stop, but you keep moving, when everything in you says you cannot take another step, but you find a way to take one more, because every time you push through that pain, you are training yourself to be stronger. Every time you refuse to give up, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Every time you keep going, when it would be easier to quit, you are building the kind of resilience, the kind of toughness, the kind of mindset that success requires, because the truth is the pain you are feeling today is shaping the person you will be tomorrow. The struggle you are going through is preparing you for the greatness that is ahead. The moments of hardship are not there to break you, they are there to build you, to mold you, to sharpen you into the kind of person who can handle the success you are chasing. Because success is not just about achieving something, it is about becoming someone. It is about developing the discipline, the strength, the mindset, the character that is necessary to maintain it. Because if you cannot handle the struggle, you will never be able to handle the success. If you cannot push through the pain, you will never be able to push through the challenges that come with greatness. Because success does not remove struggle, it just replaces it with new challenges, new obstacles, new difficulties. And if you are not ready for them, if you have not built yourself into the kind of person who thrives under pressure, who does not run from pain, who does not back down from a challenge, then you will not last. So if you are feeling pain right now, if you are struggling, if you are going through something that makes you question whether or not you can keep going, understand that this is part of the process. This is what it takes. This is what is required. And the only way forward is to embrace it, to push through it, to let it make you stronger instead of letting it break you. Winners do not wait, they attack. They do not sit around hoping for the perfect moment. They do not waste time waiting for motivation. They do not let fear or uncertainty hold them back. They take action, they move forward, they make things happen, because they understand that waiting is just another form of procrastination, that hesitation is just another excuse, that the people who succeed are the ones who are willing to do what needs to be done before they feel ready, before they have all the answers, before everything is lined up perfectly. Because perfection is an illusion. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment where everything is guaranteed, where all the risks are eliminated, where success is certain. And if you are waiting for that moment, you will be waiting forever, because the people who win in life do not wait for success to come to them. They go out and take it. They do not wait for opportunities, they create them. They do not wait for someone to believe in them, they believe in themselves. They do not wait for the conditions to be right. They make the best of whatever situation they are in, because every day that you wait, every moment that you hesitate, every second that you spend thinking instead of doing is time that you are losing time, that you will never get back time that someone else is using to get ahead of you, because while you are waiting, someone else is working. While you are overthinking, someone else is taking action. While you are making excuses, someone else is putting in the effort. And that is why some people succeed and others do not because of talent, not because of luck, not because of intelligence, but because of action, because of speed, because of the willingness to take risks and move forward even when they do not feel ready, because the truth is you will never feel ready. You will never have enough knowledge, enough confidence, enough certainty to guarantee success, and that is why most people never achieve their goals, because they spend their whole lives waiting for the right moment instead of realizing that the right moment is right now. The only moment you have is right now, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes, the more you hesitate, the more fear takes over, the more excuses start to pile up, the more you convince yourself that it is not the right time, that you are not capable, that you are not prepared, and before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you are still in the same place, still waiting, still hesitating, still dreaming about the life you want instead of actually going after it. And that is why winners take action immediately. They do not wait for the plan to be perfect. They start with what they have. They do not wait to feel confident. They build confidence by taking action. They do not wait for permission. They give themselves permission to go after what they want, because the reality is no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is going to give you an easy path to your dreams. If you want it, you have to take it. If you want to change your life, you have to take control of it, because every second you spend waiting is a second that you could be using to build something, to improve yourself, to take a step forward, even if it is a small step, even if it is not perfect, even if you make mistakes, because mistakes are part of the process. Failure is part of the journey. Setbacks are inevitable, but they are better than standing still. They are better than waiting. They are better than living with regret, because at the end of the day, you will not regret the things you tried that did not work out. You will regret the chances you did not take. You will regret the moments when you let fear stop you, when you let doubt hold you back, when you let hesitation steal your dreams, because success is not given to the people who wait. It is earned by the people who act, the people who take risks, the people who move forward even when they are scared, even when they are uncertain, even when everything in them is telling them to play it safe, because playing it safe will never lead to greatness. Waiting will never lead to success. Hesitation will never get you to where you want to be. Only action, only movement, only attacking your goals with everything you have every single day, because the longer you wait, the further away your dreams become. The longer you hesitate, the more power you give to fear. The longer you sit on the sidelines, the more you let life pass you by, while other people are out there making it happen, while other people are putting in the work, while other people are building the life you wish you had. And that is why winners do not wait. They do not let time slip away. They do not let fear stop them. They do not let excuses win. They take control. They take action. They attack their goals with urgency, with intensity, with the understanding that success is not something you wait for. It is something you fight for, something you work for, something you take with your own two hands, no matter how hard, no matter how uncertain, no matter how uncomfortable, because the only way to get what you want in life is to go out and make it happen.